1,350 scouts and probably another 300 to 400 leaders from all over eastern Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia. We have a troop coming from Connecticut, so they hear, and New Jersey even. So they hear all about us from word of mouth from other troops that come in, and through the internet. Word spreads that we really do a nice job. So our little 400-acre camp has been around since 1947, as some of you know. How many have been scouts at camp? Well, that's men and women involved too, because Girl Scouts used to be back there, back in the beginning. So it's been a great operation, and we're constantly making improvements. This past year, we added a new rifle range. We rebuilt the building with the help of the Friends of Camp Bashore, and our scouts and volunteers tore down the old one and made it twice the size that it was, so that we can accommodate more scouts. Our enrollment has typically been growing over the past couple of years. Every year we add maybe 20 to 30 more scouts that are coming. So we have a really good operation. We have horseback riding. Our waterfront has sailing, canoeing, kayaking, and rowboating. And they also still swim the mile swim in the lake once a week. So that's always something that I never did and don't have any desire to do myself, but it's pretty popular. We have an outstanding archery program. Glenn's wife is the one who runs that. That's one of the things we're most famous for. We consistently get a lot of compliments on that. She just took a program that went from 60 scouts per year taking the merit badge to up over 60 per week taking the merit badge. So that's been tremendous. And let's see, we have our nature lodge full of all the critters from the local area. We pick them up and put them on display, and then return them to the wild. And some of the kids get to see some things for the first time ever. This year, of course, we're dealing with cicadas. They're all over the place, and it's really interesting to explain to them the life cycle of them. What a life, you know. You crawl out of the ground and eat a lot of trees and go back underground and lay your eggs and die, and come out 7 years later. So, yeah. So we have, let's see, then we have, of course, the swimming pool, and fully stocked health lodge, which Rotary Club helped us build that many years ago. And we have our climbing wall and outdoor challenge area where the guys can climb up a 35-foot tower and ride a 200-foot zip line, and kind of push themselves to the limits of doing things that they've never done before. Including one is jumping off of the platform at the top of the telephone pole, and you have to reach out and hit the ball that's dangling about 15 feet out from you. Of course, you're all harnessed in, and they let you down easy, but it's still an uneasy feeling when you're standing on top of that pole and taking that leap of faith to jump out there and do that. But that's the whole idea of it.
Team building.
Funny you should mention that. We do offer that. The camp is open to other groups. Any organized group that wants to come in, we have a conference center for business meetings, and we can arrange to have our staff come out in the off season during the week and run an event, whether it's initiative games or if you want to get up on the tower and do the jump off the leap of faith, we can do that too. So yeah, we're open throughout the year as well. We do serve other groups. We have 3 cabins that we rent, and they're heated, and they're available every weekend. And during the week, sometimes we'll get school groups come in for their nature hikes and things like that. Some of the challenges that we're dealing with right now, obviously, with the economy, we're still surprised that enrollment is up at the, and this isn't a pitch for money, but camperships are at an all-time high. We have several organizations and foundations that give every year to help send scouts to camp, and it seems like every year that just continues to grow, and we're able to cover up to half of some of the enrollment. We ask them and their local unit to help contribute towards that, but we try not to turn anybody down. So the economy's been a little bit of a challenge for us. We just found out that we have to, in the very near future, we're going to need to do some repairs to our dam, keep the state happy. So we just had a conference with that. So a lot of maintenance issues, and that's what I deal with mainly. Not just some people view me, I'm the camp ranger. Some people think maybe I sit in a little booth all day and check traffic in and out and tell them about Yogi. I'm in charge of all the maintenance and health and safety in the camp. So I have to be ServSafe certified. I'm an EMT. I'm also certified to operate the swimming pool, and I take care of all the plumbing, the electrical, the repair of the appliances, mow the grass, and paint and stain, and just about everything. And if it's beyond my realm, I have to know when to call in the experts. So it keeps me busy, and over the summer I have a full-time assistant that helps me, but generally throughout the year I'm there by myself. On weekends I usually have some good volunteers that come out and help maintain the camp. So it's a good partnership. We have United Way Day of Caring that come out and support us every year. So, and alongside the Scout camp, I'm also involved with the Greenpoint Fire Company. I'm the president. So I do fire calls, and we just started a quick response service where we'll go out on a medical call, and most times we beat the ambulance there and start medical treatment. So that's really important in our area. We're about 15 minutes away from the Jonestown ambulance responding, so the sooner we can get treatment started with oxygen or an AED or something like that, or if somebody's having a diabetic moment where they need some sugar or something like that, we're able to get there and start treatment sooner, and that makes a big difference. So we started that. We're in the process of building a new building. We have the plans now, and finally the land development plan has been approved. So we're on track to do that. But one other thing that I want to make everybody aware of or mention is 7 different fire companies in the northern Lebanon area in the last 3 years have been talking about forming a regional fire company. And that is about to come to fruition. We're in the final stages of talking about that. So Greenpoint, Lickdale, Ono, Jonestown, the Perseverance, Camp Straus, Fredericksburg and Mt Zion fire companies are all coming together to combine resources. All the stations will stay the same, but the management structure will change, and everybody's doing their best with the few volunteers we have. So under that structure, we're hoping that we won't be duplicating a lot of the same work, and it'll be shared and spread out. Bulk purchasing powers and standardizing the equipment we use, standardizing our training, and we've already been training together for the last several years, so it really makes a difference when we're out there, because we know each other, and there's no animosity. If somebody from Lickdale comes over and takes a piece of equipment from Greenpoint to go fight a fire, everybody knows everybody, so there's not a lot of rivalry there anymore. So we're kind of excited about that. We're in the phase where we're talking about bylaws, and by the end of this year we hope to have each individual company vote to finalize whether they're going to join in on that. But we're doing that in an effort to improve the service to the community and lessen the burden on the individual volunteer companies, because some companies might have 3 people that come out and fight fires. At Greenpoint we have 7 that are fairly regular, but you don't always see everybody at once. And it depends on time involved, if there are schedules at work, and some people work shift work and are available. Since I live at the Boy Scout camp, I'm the one that's usually there all the time, because I can just leave work and go when I need to. But, are there any questions?
Are fire companies able to apply for nonprofit status?
Yes, we are considered nonprofit organizations. So we are eligible for federal and state grants and other organizations to support us.
David, how severe is the tick situation?
Initially in the springtime, the ticks were really bad. And I've not seen a lot of them in the last week or so. I think some of that is weather related. Right now they're not too bad. Compared to other years. I don't know, maybe the cicadas are taking care of them.
Go cicadas.
And do you have a feel about the new ruling on accepting gays in the Boy Scouts? What's your feeling on that? Will that affect your program? Hasn't that been an issue in this area?
So far, it has affected our numbers. Originally, this summer we were projected to have 200 more scouts than we have coming now. At this point, there are some families that have pulled their scouts out of the program, some leaders who have left, and unfortunately now the troop can't come to camp because they don't have the leadership. And several units have lost their sponsorships as well. So it is a reality that we're going to have to make some adjustments. But at the national meeting, right after that vote was taken, and if you want to see the video of the speaker, the outgoing president, or was actually last year's president, got up and made a very good speech and a very good point. Let's not focus on the one thing that has changed, let's focus on what has not changed. And what has not changed is we're still out there offering a quality program, promoting citizenship, character, and fitness to all the young people that want to receive it. And we still are going to have summer camp, we're still going to have scout meetings, and we're going to do our best to get through this. The future is not very certain as to who's going to drop out and who might join in now. I've been in scouting since I was 7 years old, so that's going on 40 years. So it's kind of tough to get used to that part of it, I'll have to admit, but overall I still stand behind what we stand for, and I think we're just going to have to wait it out and see how it all plays out. But I think every young man, no matter what perspective he comes from, whatever walk of life or orientation he is, could benefit from our program.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
What would you say was the rarest or most unusual animal or insect or what have you that you've found there?
The rarest, we have several. This year we have a loon on the lake for the first time.
Really?
And he is so comical. We were sitting down there last week for our campfire program, and we were practicing, and this loon came in, and he's swimming, and he dives down and comes up about 15 feet later, like within seconds. He is super fast, and he's just, it was like he was down there performing for us. It was really cool. We've had a beaver in the lake. We had to have him trapped and relocated. We have black bear that
Fix that
visits through
damp
there.
for you.
Were there
Yeah.
any? Are there any porcupines in there?
I have not
you
seen
ever
any porcupines, but I know there's evidence of them.
Oh.
So, yeah, we pretty much have everything. We have a bald eagle that flies over regularly, and he's nesting somewhere in the area, I think over near Memorial Lake, but we see him all the time. So that's probably our most unique animals that we have.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now I have a little something for you.